Hello, I'm Susan DeLeo, and welcome to another installment of the Commercial Metal Forming video series, in which we bring you stories on the history, capabilities, culture, and people of America's leading tank head manufacturer, Commercial Metal Forming. Today, we will be talking with two individuals, Zach DiVincenzo and Trevor Cook, who got their first professional business experience at CMF. Let's start with Zach, who graduated from Youngstown State University, right down the street from Commercial. Zach, how did you end up with CMF?
I made a decision to go to Youngstown State University actually by meeting a professor who was just wondering why the heck I was actually in a weld shop wanting to become a doctor, and just was kind of putting two and two together. And I was at home supporting my grandfather's business for almost over a year now. I already had 2 semesters at Youngstown State University. I was probably qualified as a sophomore or junior. And I had a decent amount of my classes under my belt. And I believe on a weekend, I got a phone call from some business called Commercial Metal Forming to come weld, support them and some of their welding efforts, even though they had full capabilities of welding.
Trevor is a Miami of Ohio grad who has a common connection with Commercial's CEO Bob Massaros, who's a former athlete and coach at that school. Trevor, I understand a referral from one of your football coaches was instrumental in getting you started with the company.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty wild story. I was actually studying for zoology for pre-med, and that's what I got my degree in, with somatic sequence and molecular biology. But when I was finishing up school, I was planning on giving it a shot, at trying to play professionally football, but wasn't too sure about it. I got hurt my senior year, and Bob reached out to our athletic director and asked for some recommendations. And I was just finishing up, and really what got me interested in there was hearing about Bob, hearing about where he had come from, kind of the role that he had played, like from not only football but coaching. He flew out to Nebraska. I was living in South Dakota at the time. That's where I'm from. And he actually flew out to Nebraska to go on a sales trip with another sales manager at the time. And I drove down to Omaha, Nebraska to meet him, which is about 3 hours away, and had an interview with him. I sat down for about 2.5, 3 hours with Bob and just picked his brain, because I really had no exposure to really the business world. I didn't have any internships.
So, Zach, you walked into the plant for an interview. What was that like?
I knew nothing about Commercial Metal Forming. I didn't know that they were once called Commercial Shearing. I didn't know that they had this tremendous history in Youngstown. I knew nothing about them. And I believe it might have been a Monday or Tuesday I came down, and I met an individual named Phil Smith, who is the engineering manager at Commercial Metal Forming today. And we clicked a little bit. He had questions of who I was, and I'm naturally interested in everything. So I'm asking, what does that do, and what does that do? What do you do here? And he gave me a short, brief explanation of what's going on. And we chatted for a bit, and he asked me if I was going to school and what my background was. And he has background in welding and being a certified welding inspector. So there was just that natural relationship already off the bat. And so I think it just so happened to be one of those conversations, do you have interns? No. Do you want one? Maybe, I can't say yes, but I at least can introduce you to the right person. And I think that might have been, and it's hard to remember exactly what day and what time, but it was close to Christmas. And I remember getting an email or being told, hey, send an email to this gentleman named Mike Conglos. And so I had a great conversation with Mike Conglos. He said, can you come in for an interview? It had to be close to the Christmas time frame. I remember I came in a really nice outfit, nice dress slacks, nice button up, nice tie. And I had a pretty detailed interview process. I think I might have interviewed 4 people. I might have been a total of 3 to 4 hours, and I'm just this young kid trying to get an internship, and I'm thinking, oh my God, they're treating me like a massive, big company here. I'm like, this is amazing. I was really excited, really nervous, but I felt like I was at home already. Great interview with Mike Conglos, and he gave me the opportunity, and it was just perfect. It was, I thought I was gonna be a doctor. I thought I was gonna go to school and go to med school, and there was a bigger, higher power drawing me back home, and it was like perfect. Just meeting a great company and getting this opportunity. It turned out to be the best decision I could have ever made, because I think where I'm at today, commercial metal forming played a pivotal role of my growth, personally and professionally.
So Trevor, what was the result of that first meeting with Bob Massaro's out in Nebraska?
That was just a really big blessing to me, was for someone to look and say, hey, I want to give you an opportunity. And after sitting down with him for a few hours and hearing what his vision was for the company and why he saw it as a starting point for me, and why it would be beneficial, and I agreed with a lot of those points. And a couple of weeks later, I was moving out to Ohio, and the rest is history.
Thanks to both of you. I look forward to continuing our conversation soon. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.